All right, here's a stock that everyone's looking at right now, I'm pretty sure. This is CGC, another pot stock that's been blowing up, as you can see. This is only on the 45-minute, so not too scary. We're looking out for this bearish divergence here, but right now it's too soon to say. If you look at the daily here, though, obviously we broke out of this giant triangle. I was waiting on that. I expected that. I actually got myself in at $14.58. I only got 8 shares. We did come back down and retest it for support, which was a great sign. We're getting a lot of buyers coming in now. But the only thing that's scaring me is we have bearish divergence right now on the daily. As you see, the price action's moving up, and on the RSI, the price action's moving down the opposite way. That's indicating that the price is going to be coming down. We're also at pretty strong resistance. I don't know where my moving averages went here, but let me just add a couple things in real quick. Change the colors on them so I can keep the lookout. I like to keep my 20 EMA yellow and my 50 EMA red. So let's change that. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. All right. So the bearish divergence is definitely giving me a bad sign overall. This is only on the, well, actually that's on the daily, so it is important. The volume coming in is excellent, which could allow it to push up a little higher. But we definitely have been getting some selling. We're getting closer to the 100 weekly moving average, which is at around 23.13. And we're definitely above the 20 daily EMA, which is the yellow. But we have a little bit more room to come up. But that bearish divergence is definitely going to push us down. I'm looking for one more pump, hopefully, to this old peak here. Maybe we can get above 22. But I'm not too sure it's going to be able to hold up there. I have a really good position. I think I'm up like $60. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, I got 8 shares, but I might be having to sell. I really didn't want to, and I wanted to hold that position. I like the buy point, but I have a feeling I'm going to be able to make a little more profits if I sell, and it comes back down to a possibility of 17 bucks or so is my so far is where I'm expecting it to come back to. I kind of want to lock in some gains because of this bearish divergence, and there's a few other signs that I'm seeing that I don't know if this thing's going to continue up, but I am watching the RSI here, see where we end up, if we end up double topping or not. The overall trend on the weekly definitely looks great. Looks like we're coming in on a golden cross potentially. Let's look at the RSI if we can see any bearish divergences at all. As you see, we broke out of this trend line there I was watching. We haven't come back down on the weekly to retest it, which is probably what we will end up doing. So far, we're getting strong support around the 1892, 1836, somewhere in that range, which is where the 100 weekly and the 20 weekly are both kind of colliding. We have been coming back down and retesting this 20 weekly quite a bit. Almost every week we've come down in the last 3 weeks. So it's very possible that we could come down and test that again. If we were to come up and touch this 100 weekly moving average, this is where I was talking about, right? I think it's at 23 something. Either way, I see a little more downside coming once we get rejected here. And overall, it's very possible this could turn into an inverse head and shoulders, which is going to shoot us up into the high $45 range. So potentially for a longer term hold, I could hold my position, since I don't think I'm going to be coming back down and getting stopped out anytime soon. But I might want to take some profits. So yeah, with that being said, it's very possible we could have some good down. We could have some good upside coming, but we got to keep an eye on this 1792 level. If we end up getting below around there, we could be looking for a little bit further down. I'm trying to figure out where. Let's take a look at a fib retracement here. See where we're at. This is on the weekly. So the 0.236, 1934. So that's pretty much, if we start coming, can't really say if we come below that, but if we end up coming below that and getting rejected there, then we're definitely going to be coming down. I really don't want this thing to drop. I wanted to get some faster profits. Wanted to get more profits, but who doesn't? I wanted it to come up to the 0.382 at 26.22. And it's still possible it could continue up, depending on what this weekly does. But we're going to get a little correction here in the next few days, would be my guess. Probably to the 1934 range. Could come down a little lower. 23.17 is the blue weekly 100 EMA. So I am watching that for a possible top. If it gets up to $23, I might have to take some profits there. As much as I want to wait for the 26.22. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep watching it and see what happens with this bearish divergence coming in on the 4-hour, but and on the daily. You know, that's the thing. But this buying coming in is crazy. 1936 is the 0.236. We're still looking good. I mean, just that bearish divergence that's really throwing me off. I mean, I was expecting us to come back down to the $17 level anyway. I don't know what's going to happen when it does. I mean, we might get a lot of selling. We might get people that are buying up in the 20s that start freaking out when it comes back down, not seeing the overall trend here. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't know what happened to my chart here, but it looks really strange to me now. It's almost like it's zoomed out. Really weird. Let me see if I remove some of this stuff, if I can get a better view. Nope, I don't know what the hell happened. It's kind of annoying. Let me remove this, see if it looks better on the 4-hour. No, it's really small. I'm sorry about this, guys. Well, needless to say, we got to keep an eye on this bearish divergence. We're going to keep an eye on the retest of that trend line that we broke out of. We have to see if we're going to break back in or not. If we do, we're not going to be looking too pretty. But I think with the sentiment of the market right now, we still have some upside to go. We are having a hard time getting above this $21, $22 level, so we got to keep an eye on that as well. But I mean, overall, I think we're going to be doing really well. But let's just take a quick look over here. Once I figure out what the hell is going on here. Pissing me off. So as you see here on the MACD on the 4-hour, we're getting across at the moment. So this is a good sign for a push up. We could M out once we get up there, and that'll create the bearish, figure out the bearish divergence or not. I mean, I got to see if we come up here. If we still have bearish divergence, we're coming down. If we can break above that and everything looks good and we don't get a bearish divergence, then we can continue up. So, I mean, I'm going to keep a close eye on this today and see where we close out. And that should determine us for tomorrow in the further, in the next few days, see what's going to happen. But I do like where this is heading. I do like this volume. So, I mean, like I said, I have to watch this. I'm trying to look for a profit-taking spot. My main target is the 0.382, which is the $26 level, or that 100 weekly EMA, which is the $23 level. So somewhere in between there, I'm looking for before we start to trend downwards. But it really depends on if we continue to get rejected at this $22 level. Either way, I do see something happening here with the inverse head and shoulder, and there's a reason why I'm expecting it to come down. And the biggest thing for me is on the monthly here. If you look on the monthly, we don't potentially have any bearish divergence or anything. We are still coming up here. But scariest part for me is this right here. It almost looks like we could get a death cross here. That 20 monthly coming down like that, one more month, that could be a red month there, which is going to push us down a little bit. And you can't avoid these things, and you can't forget about them. So I mean, unless we can get above this $22, $23 level and get a close above it, the next month isn't going to be that pretty. I mean, I'm not thinking we're going to come down to $15, but at least 16 to 17 bucks. So I mean, if you're in some massive profits, I mean, I would set some stop losses for sure to guarantee you getting some profits.